All right, fantastic. Well, we don't do these Founder Fridays enough, and it's always brilliant to have a founder come in and tell us what he's all about. And celebrating this moment with you, Vitor, obviously at the last demo night, you were voted the People's Champion, right? You were the most enjoyed demo of the demo night. How did that feel to receive that accolade?
Well, hello, Stu, and thank you for having me here. Well, it's always good to receive feedback in general when it's positive, and then it's like almost like a prize. Someone's validating your demo. In this case, more than a pitch. Of course, it's reinforcing that maybe we are doing something right. Well, for sure, not everything, but at least something is going in a good direction.
Oh, it's pretty cool, right? It's like being the player's player vote. You know, it's pretty special to get that at demo night. So congratulations to you. And we've known each other for a while, and it's amazing to see you do your kind of, I think it's the third project I've seen you doing with AskCory. So tell us a little bit about it, and also tell us a little bit about your background. What's made you a serial founder like this?
Okay, so I'll start with my side, and then AskCory, which is now part of my side as well. I believe that, I don't know, maybe around 12, 13, 14 years old, I knew when I was at school that, okay, I want to do politics, but I also like businesses. And I had that idea of creating my own business. Of course, it was not a startup at the time, but, you know, just creating a new business and managing and growing that business. That evolved, of course, and then during my economics degree in university, I did entrepreneurship. I went on an entrepreneurship subject with a project that never saw the light out of that classroom, and I'm glad it didn't because we were not prepared at all.
You thought it was so good at the time, right? But
So, and then, so we were from economics and management, that my group, and it was really deep tech at the time. So yeah, it would be very hard, not impossible, but very hard, and we were not prepared for sure. So yeah, I always wanted to create something, and then around 2015, 16, more or less, I had some sort of change on my career. I ended up for a short period of time being unemployed. And so I had some savings at the time, and I did something that I wouldn't do again. It is like using my savings to create a startup. But I did it and created Mino, at the time a car maintenance marketplace, and it was because of that I got to know you. So this is also very positive when starting creating a startup, is all the network, all the ecosystem, all the players, all the people, all the brilliant, nice, not so nice, whatever people that you get to know. That's also part of the journey. And I still have big goals and I'm ambitious, but compared to those first days, now is more like enjoying the process, enjoying the path, because I also worked in the corporate world before startups, and I don't want to go back at all. Like,
why not, Victor? It's safe. It's got a paycheck at the end of the Why not?
No, because it's so. The bigger the company is, the more the internal politics, the more time it takes from, okay, we have a decision today, but then the execution will happen in maybe never or maybe in 1 year. And in a startup, and especially early stage, it's totally different. And so, yeah, now AskCory.AI, in the AI era, we, the founding team, decided that we wanted to create products leveraging AI, after the ChatGPT boom. And so AskCory is the second one. And it's a AI marketing assistant. So the big difference for the people that, of course, know ChatGPT, Gemini, etc., Claude, is that this buddy here, Cory, is specialized in marketing strategy, helping you with the campaigns, creating content, social media posts, blog posts, banners for ads, etc. So we wanted to go into this niche and be way better, not only in terms of the data provided, the solutions provided than other general GPTs or AI models, but also in the interface. The interface is designed for you to, brainstorm new marketing ideas, build new marketing plans, create content, all of that. So it's wrapped. We are using OpenAI, Microsoft OpenAI, so if you want ChatGPT. But if we want to change it tomorrow, we can plug in Claude or plug in Gemini or whatever other models that can serve the platform and the user better.
Okay. So, Vitor, I mean, we mentioned this before when we were discussing, right? People like you and I were pretty stupid because we've done more than one startup, right? And we know we're very likely to fail, and we failed in the past, and we still keep doing it. So something about us is not necessarily wired right. But what makes you special as a founder? What's the secret sauce to being Vitor?
I can answer you in the way that when I'm looking for somebody to join the team, even if it's just a 2 months intern from the university, what I look for is curiosity. Because it doesn't matter where you are right now. If you are curious, tomorrow you will be better, and next week and next month, and eventually you will become a monster in some sense, in a good sense, of course. So if I'm looking for that for other new teammates as a characteristic to have, I like to think that I'm curious enough to be an entrepreneur. So that makes me be able to learn every day, because when you are a startup founder or co-founder, you really have to learn every day. The world is always changing. You don't know nothing, or you know nothing, basically. So I think the curiosity is a very important piece. And then, having the energy and the motivation to hear a lot of no's, a lot of critics. And critics are great, actually, because it's information and you can learn with that. And then, for instance, evolve the product, evolve the sales pitch, the pitch to investors or whatever, to clients. So having that motivation, that drive to keep evolving, keep learning, and being curious. I like to think I'm like that. Not perfect, not every day, but I like to think that I have that drive.
That's super interesting, Vitor. And I don't know if you've ever watched it, but what you've just said there really resonates with the opening keynote speech that happened in the origin story of Canopy. So we launched in the city of Somerville, which is just next to Boston in Massachusetts. And the mayor of the city of Somerville gave part of the opening address. And he welcomed Canopy to Somerville as, and I quote, curious and abnormal people that he welcomed into his city.
Okay, I have to. No, I didn't watch it, but I will. I want to see it. Yeah,
that's super cool. Yeah, it's up there on the YouTube in a sort of Canopy DNA type stuff. Yeah, and one of the other keynotes was also a guy called Noam Chomsky, who talked about the role of innovation and entrepreneurship in peace and international security. So kind of taking the same mindset. Super interesting. You couldn't have said it better. It's really very cool. So thank you very much for being here in this little sort of micro Founder Friday interview. Is there anything, and I didn't prep you for this, I'm so sorry, but is there anything that you'd like to tell a first-time founder or a wannabe founder who's sat there looking at this saying, I want to be a bit like Vitor, how do I start? What's your best piece of advice for somebody like
that? If you come up with an idea of a potential product, solution, service, etc., go talk with the potential users, customers, clients of that. I think that's the most important thing. Read, educate yourself about discovery interviews, because I believe that's really, really important. That was in part some of my initial mistakes, assuming too much, using surveys, and surveys can still, work, but talking with people, seeing what they are doing, how they are doing, and there is a methodology for that. There are other methodologies. One that I use is jobs to be done. So you can find a lot of information online. So if you are looking to start a startup or a business, go and discover what are the real problems or needs of your potential audience, of your potential clients, before you start building something, because you will, discover new stuff, see what are the trends that need an answer, and then you can start thinking about building. Even before building, maybe you can just have a landing page or a very small prototype to keep testing and validating.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here, Victor, and thank you for bringing your AskCory startup to Demo Night last month. And for anybody watching this who wants to come along, the next Demo Night, September the 11th in London, we're in person, physically in person, at the Better Space co-working on Farringdon Road, working with City University. Very excited to see all the startups there. Thank you, Victor. Wonderful.
Great. Thank you. Good one.